Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we finally got some time. We're gonna get some work done on the lawn tractor again. Been busy the last few weeks. Stuff keeps coming up, and
We've just been buying stuff.
yeah, we've just been buying a bunch of stuff.
So we're gonna take a break from buying stuff and get back onto the lawn tractor.
Plan is to get the engine mounted to this today. Stick with us. We got a lot of fabricating to do. See how far we get.
We've been messing around with ideas how we're gonna mount the motor to the tractor, and we're going back with our original idea, which is to plate both of them. And we're gonna have to cut out a slot for the steering, and we're gonna have to do the same thing on the plate that goes there. But we're gonna start by getting rid of this gas tank tray. It's just in our way. We might put it back in after. We don't know where we're putting the gas tank yet. But just to get access to everything in here, we're gonna cut it out. All right, I ended up milling a slot into this piece of metal here to clear our steering. If you guys noticed in the mill it had two holes in it, it's because I originally was gonna drill two holes and then cut it out, and then we realized we own a milling machine, so we ended up milling it. But now, once that's on there, once we center it, we have lots of room for our steering, and then we're gonna have to do the same thing on the plate there.
While Vince was cutting out the plate, we had this old school chair we got. It had a frame on it. It's typical, you'd find it in an elementary school, but it's gonna work perfect for us. I just had to trim the sides down. We're gonna clean it up a little bit more, but that's where it's gonna sit. We're gonna move forward here, get the other plate on, and hopefully get some welding done.
Plate down to size now. We're gonna get it mocked up to the tractor and the motor, get everything lined up close to where we want to be, and then we're gonna tack it into the motor side. Then we gotta just spend a lot of time making sure this motor is 100% centered, straight, the whole 9 yards. And then we're gonna put the two plates together and transfer a bunch of holes and our steering. Then we gotta take this plate back off, put it in the mill, do our clearance for the steering, put it all back together, and hopefully have final assembly.
Okay, we got tired of fighting with the weight of the motor, trying to get it lined up to the tractor. So it was, what was it, 8 bolts to get the subframe off of the engine. Now we can at least play around with it without the added weight of the motor and get everything lined up this way.
We've changed up our plan. We're just going to run one plate between the subframe and the tractor now. It's easy enough to unbolt the motor from the subframe itself, and there's really no need to have two plates in here. So I spent a bunch of time with my verniers and squaring it up to the tractor, but we finally got it where we're happy with it, and it's nice and straight to the lawn tractor, provided the lawn tractor is straight. So we're going to weld it. We're going to tack the plate to the lawn tractor first, pull the subframe off, fully weld it to the lawn tractor, pop the subframe back on, and then fully weld it to the subframe. We've got the plate welded to the tractor now. Dylan cleaned up the subframe here so we can weld to it. Now we're going to put the subframe on, like so. We're going to get it adjusted to our height where we want it to be, and then we're going to weld it to the plate here.
And then throw the motor back in it.
Yeah, and then hopefully get the motor back in it, and then we're going to call it a day because it's getting late now. But we're not stopping until this motor's in this tractor. Okay, before we weld this subframe on, I found some round stock that we're going to fill in these gaps here instead of trying to fill them in with weld. We're going to put that in there. We can weld the bottom here and the top there, and the same on this side. We'll be able to fill that in. It just gives us more to weld to, and we're not filling the gaps. So we're going to start welding this all together, put the motor on.
It's been a long day. We've done a lot of measuring, a lot of fabricating, a lot of changing the ways we were going about this from when we started this morning. That's kind of the problem when you're building something from scratch. We have one idea in our head and then it changes completely. But we've now got our subframe welded to the frame we built for the tractor, on the tractor. Now we're going to set this motor in place, see how it looks. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty happy with the progress we made today.
Yeah, it's been a long day. It's been a lot of measuring, a lot of figuring out in our heads, a lot of taking the motor off, putting the motor back on,
Changing plans.
changing the
halfway
plans.
through.
Yeah,
But it's mounted. It's there.
yeah, we have a motor on our lawn tractor. I think next week we're going to worry about the front end, get the tires on the front, get the steering figured
hooked
out.
up, have a rolling chassis next week. Give us a like and a subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you know when the next lawn tractor video is coming out. We'll see you next week.